Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness came out this past weekend, and safe to say there were some awesome cameos, some awesome returning characters, and a lot of awesome new characters added into the MCU. So today we're ranking all the characters from Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. What's going on, everyone? My name is Trevor and welcome to my channel. Let me know how your ranking compares of all the characters in Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, and if I left out a couple characters you want to include, feel free to include them in your list down below. Before we get into this ranking, hit that like button and that subscribe button for me for lots more Marvel videos and MCU directors ranking coming to the channel tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun, but right now we're ranking all the characters from Multiverse of Madness on a tier list. Let's hop into the tiers. So I'm a basic person. We always go basic with our tiers. We have amazing, we have great, we have good, we have okay, we have meh. I don't think there's a bad character in this movie, and some characters won't be added, like the Minotaur. I believe his name is Rentra. I didn't feel like he had enough importance in this movie. It was cool to see him, but I didn't feel like he had enough importance to be included on this list. Just a cameo, some cool things I want to talk about, and we're hopping into it. Starting with a cameo, Black Bolt. I'm going to put Black Bolt in the meh tier because literally doesn't have really any lines except for when he's killing a version of Doctor Strange, because that Doctor Strange had turned evil. The whole Illuminati scene where they're basically trying to threaten Wanda, like I don't think they really realize how powerful the Scarlet Witch is, and she says to him, "What mouth?" and his power blows up his brain. He literally was put on the screen to die. It was really gruesome. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of a lot of gruesome kills in this movie. Then moving on to Christine, who is a good character in the MCU. Didn't really get a lot to work with, but this is a variant of Christine, and there is so much she got to do in this movie. I put her in a good tier. I thought she was a very good character in this movie. I really liked hers and Doctor Strange's kind of banter back and forth, but I really like their camaraderie and really like their chemistry on screen. Rachel McAdams is one of my favorite actresses ever, so it's really good to see her actually have more limelight in this movie. And we got another iconic line where Doctor Strange says, "I love you in every universe." Man! Hits hard. Christine had a lot to do with this, and she had a very cheesy line and "get the hell out of my universe," but you know, it was cool. I liked Christine. It's cool to have her in there. Then we have America Chavez. I'm putting America Chavez in the amazing tier. She's just awesome, and I love that they had this kid in there who didn't really know how to control her powers be one of the main characters in this movie, and I thought they introduced her very subtly, kind of just tossed her in the mix, and basically, this is America Chavez, go out and get him, and I felt like just from the trailers that they might kind of brush her over, but like, she was the main focal point throughout this movie, and like, her and Doctor Strange really had a good relationship throughout it, and Doctor Strange became like a mentor to her. Her power is crazy because she can travel through the multiverse, and she's the one who ultimately took down Scarlet Witch. I could rave on and on about America Chavez. I thought she was brilliant. I thought she was great. And I thought this actress, I thought she just killed it in this role. And I can't wait to see America Chavez again. Then we have the Sorcerer Supreme himself, Wong. I'm going to put Wong in the great tier. I always like Wong in the MCU, but this movie, I mean, this poor guy just got his ass kicked, and I'm judging him only from the Multiverse of Madness, and he was off screen for a lot of the movie. I honestly thought Wong was going to die going into it. He didn't. Still a great character. Nothing against Wong. Sorcerer Supreme. Most people bow when they see Sorcerer Supreme. That was a good little banter between him and Strange. They always have good banter between him and Strange. Then we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Dr. Stephen Strange. The regular version going in that amazing tier as well. I love the chemistry between him and America Chavez, but I love just how he's the focal point of this movie, how he's one of the most powerful Avengers, and he himself still cannot take down Wanda, and then he sees alternate realities, alternate versions of himself. He sees a couple other variants of himself throughout the universe and throughout traveling the multiverse, which is really cool to see a Doctor Strange from our universe talk to a Doctor Strange from another universe. One has a third eye. It was crazy to see. I thought it was done really well. I love Benedict Cumberbatch, and I love the character of Doctor Strange, and he's badass, he's awesome, and he's amazing. He's in the amazing tier for a reason. Then we have a post-credit scene cameo in Charlize Theron as Clea. I'm gonna put her in meh. I'm not gonna lie to you, I had no idea who the hell this lady was. I was like, at first, is this a Power Ranger? Like, I thought her suit and her costume was really weird looking, and I had no idea until after the movie who she was. There you go. That's all there is to it. Then we have the Scarlet Witch, who truly becomes a villain in this movie. Elizabeth Olsen just crushes it in this role. And I'm putting the Scarlet Witch in the amazing tier. A lot of people hate on this character, and I know there's lots of people who they love her and hate her, and she truly becomes a villain in this movie. I'm not saying what she did or does is really has a good reason for it, but this is a villain with a proper motivation. She wants to get to something that she does not have, which is her family. A villain with good motivation is a really good villain to me, and her motivation is clear as ever, clear as day, and this gal will do anything to get back to her family, and it's proven through this movie. That's why she's an amazing character to me. I don't defend Wanda for the things she's done, but I can 100% kind of understand her frustration and how upset she is because she's always been mistreated bad. Not trying to condone what she did, but I'm just saying she had proper motivation. She was trying to get to the kids that she loved. And the way American Chavez took her down and had this Scarlet Witch scare her kids in our universe, which she's trying to get to, was done so well. Really hit hard for me. And I want to go back and rewatch this movie just to experience that scene again. Then we have the variant of Wanda. I forget what it's called, what she does in the movie. It's like the Shadow Realm, when she has like this other variant that she controlled running around and basically kills everyone with her. I'm going to put her in the Mets here as well because she was strictly a puppet ran by the Scarlet Witch. So this character was just there with a hand up her back, moving her around, and killing the Illuminati members. So this character is really just the Scarlet Witch, who's an amazing tier. This character is just a puppet for the Scarlet Witch. So she's in the Mets here. That makes sense? I guess so. Then we have a variant of Doctor Strange who is like the mummy Doctor Strange, the dead Doctor Strange, who is awesome and has a really cool, like, crazy kind of demon things around him at the end of the movie, and he comes there to fight Wanda, and he talks with American Chavez, and Doctor Strange is doing the Darkhold Shadow thing yet again. Forget what it's called. I'm going to put this version of Doctor Strange in the okay tier because it was still weird and kind of cool to see, but it was definitely a little bit weird, and again, this is just Doctor Strange moving this guy around. So he's a puppet. He's in the okay tier, but I thought he had more to do and more to say than the Wanda variant. Does that make sense? I don't know. We're not making sense over here. Then we have the other version of Doctor Strange with the third eyeball right there. I'm going to put him in the okay tier as well because he has a Darkhold and him and Doctor Strange fight. We find out some things like the Darkhold takes a heavy toll. That's why he gets his third eye. But I'm putting him in the okay tier because his death was... It was crazy. He got blown out a window and landed on a spike. Literally, like, it jumped. Like, what? I can't believe the MCU put that in there. And they did. And it was pretty funny. I laughed pretty hard. So, it's in the okay tier. Then we have Charles Xavier on the Illuminati. Honestly, it's really sad where I'm about to put this guy and the rest of the Illuminati members, but I'm going to put him in the meh tier as well, because, like, he just didn't do all that much throughout this movie. I mean, literally, I thought he would put up a better fight against Scarlet Witch, but she just broke his neck. I mean, like, it was so cool to see. It was such a tease from the trailer. I'm like, wow, we're going to get introduced to more mutants, and I felt like, honestly, it was kind of a waste. I don't know. That's just where I'm at. It's in the Mets here. Was it cool to see? Absolutely. But as a character in general, how much of an impact did he have in the movie? He didn't really. He was again put there to die. It just got me hyped up for a second. Same thing with Mr. Fantastic. Don't get me wrong. I screamed at the top of my lungs for this character. I absolutely was so excited for him. But he was just put on screen to die. If we don't get Mr. Fantastic and John Krasinski back in the MCU to play Mr. Fantastic, I'm going to be really mad. But again, he was just put in this movie to die, it feels like. Like, literally, the Illuminati members were put up there for Wanda just to kill. And this dude got put to string. Matt's here as well. Was it awesome? Was it cool? Was it great? Did I scream on top of my lungs? Absolutely. Were you as hype as you were? Absolutely. But what point was he there for? Like, why was he there? Like, why was the Illuminati introduced? How this huge teaser trailer and everything like that, all this speculation for them to just die? Made me sad. Then we have Captain Marvel, a variant of Captain Marvel, who didn't really have many lines and got, like, dead from a thing falling on top of her. Going in the Mets here as well. She said, "We're not scared, you little witch." Well, you should be, honey, because you got smashed by ability. And then we have Captain Carter, who put up a decent fight against Wanda, but ultimately got cut in half with her own shield. Going in the Mets here as well. I'm a bad person for putting them all in the Mets here. You can hit the dislike button. It's totally fine. But the Illuminati members were truly just put there to die, and it's so sad. I can't believe I put Mr. Fantastic in the Mets here, but he just didn't get enough to do. He was there to die, and it made me really sad. But let me know your ranking of all the Multiverse of Madness characters down below in the comments section. This is a much harder list and more divisive list than I probably meant for it to be. Hit the thumbs up button for me and subscribe button for me. Come back tomorrow for an MCU director ranking. It's going to be a lot of fun to do. I hope to see you here. All right, I'm going to go cry now because they killed Mr. Fantastic. They turned him to string. See you next time. Bye.